Welcome to your weekend reading. This is Kristen with Sacred Soul Ascension, and this is a reading for April 2nd, 2021. To start us off, we have this key code: sacred space, light language, avatar consciousness, DNA activation, energy healing, and rebirth. I'll say those words again. Sacred space, light language, avatar consciousness, DNA activation, energy healing, and rebirth. So beautiful for this weekend. We're opening up April here, and this is kind of the culmination of this very holy couple weeks of time, from the full moon on the equinox and coming into this kind of peak moment with Easter Sunday. On Monday, actually, I'm starting a 21-day meditation course or series, daily 30-minute meditations. So if you're interested in that course, the link will be below this video. So now we will pull our oracle card for us in the collective for this first weekend in April 2021. I'm really feeling the light coming right in through my forehead. It feels so good, connecting into my third eye. Definitely do plenty of the solar charging. Often I don't know why this is coming up right now, but if you feel fatigued, charging your kidneys, the adrenal zone, you can just kind of do child's pose, where you fold the knees and your foreheads on the ground and expose your kidneys to the sun. That's a very nice recharge if you're feeling lethargy, if you're feeling fatigued, tired in any way. So what we're asked here this weekend is big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. So inspired ideas are going to be coming through this portal through your crown, and scribe these down, sketch these ideas down. The Pleiades portal is going to be, actually we're moving into the Pleiades portal when we move into the sign of Gemini, and that'll be coming up in June. Excuse me. That this Pleiades energy is starting to activate us now and to bring in this creative light into our consciousness. We are gifted the perspective card as well. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Doesn't matter how you're celebrating the holiness of the spring season. The celebration itself and the exaltation of life itself, and the joy of gathering and being in the spirit of life is the common ground. It doesn't matter how you're articulating that praise of spring and of the season and of life and renewal. This is a wonderful card for this weekend, in that there's a diverse palette of ways to celebrate and rejoice in the gift of life, and in that we all have a common ground, that we're all doing that just in our different ways. And jump in Andromedan energy, say yes to change. I love this, kind of swan diving into the eye of Andromeda, who is the mother to our Milky Way galaxy. It's a very adventuresome card. So there's a lot of star energy wanting to pop us out from whatever you might be like overthinking, and maybe there's getting stuck in the details kind of energy going on in your life. And this is asking for big picture thinking, zooming out and jump in. Big picture, zoom out perspective, and then take that swan dive in and say yes to change, and really start to implement some of those ideas into action. You know, maybe it's you want to choreograph a dance, maybe you want to, you know, write a song, or whatever it is, you know, cook something different for your weekend celebrations. Go on a hike on a different trail you've never been before. But you know, all these different ways we can, you know, subtly tweak our lives. Okay, we've got the perspective card popping out. So we've gotten this card twice this week, and perspective twice. So we're still in that energy. We got double perspective, which is really powerful. We got perspective twice earlier. I don't know if it was our weekly reading, I think it was. So there is definitely something that is triggering you to set back and really examine, you know, your approach to your life in various ways, in various modalities. It's gonna be different for each one of us, and to examine your growth pattern and where you are. You know, kind of go into your inner eye and see where you can free yourself even more, liberate your consciousness, and unstick and untrap yourself from the confinement of belief. The middle three words of the word belief are L-I-E, right? Belief consciousness is a very limited way of expressing the soul in the form, or the soul in this realm, the spirit in this body. So, you know, really allow for that zooming out and that perspective, and allow yourself to shift and alter in the ways that you're intuitively guided to. You have to like tune in and like turn on and come into that meditative zone so that you can receive the messages that are yours to receive. Maybe you have to put yourself in that alignment to be receptive and open to allow your higher self to channel through you. And that's what this meditation course does. It puts you into the seat, right? So that you can access more of you. Okay, then we have the Queen of Cups, which is a very compassionate, loving. So this perspective, this zooming out, it's allowing you to come into the vibration of love, to come into the true, like, compassionate, almost like non-dual dance with life. Like, there's no one to blame, no one to shame, no one to, you know, really oppose when you come into that inner flow of life force energy, that you just are able to hold that space of self-love and self-compassion deeply, deeply, deep. This is a deep inner alchemy energy I'm feeling here. I'm feeling it in my life too, so I'm definitely relating to this card. And allowing the power of love to alchemize any defenses, any resistances, any edges that feel sharp, or, maybe self-deprecating or perhaps blaming. This Queen of Cups is an alchemy energy that is calling on the heart of compassion to transform your world and your perspective from the inside out. I sent a really interesting email out to my listserv. If you want to be on my listserv and receive weekly emails with just kind of like insights, and I advertise as well offerings that are coming up, like this meditation, 21-day meditation course. You can sign up to my email. It's k@sacredsoulascension.com. Just let me know, send me an email, let me know you want to be added to the list, and I will add it to you. I can't share the link because my website's being worked on. So, but yeah, if you want to be on that list and receive some of these messages. But the message today was really about coming into that inner union of divine love and allowing that to be what is inwardly experienced, therefore outwardly seen. And what you outwardly see, if it gives you a charge, if it gives you a resistance, you're ready to love it, right? And that's a beautiful card that comes up sometimes in this Dreams for Society deck that I use. We'll see if it pops out today. Then we have the Star card, because when we can align with that power of love and really connect deep into our soul's energy, we are then aligning with our true north, with our home star. And that's a precious gift, to be on that journey of alignment. It's your birthright, it's your destiny to ascend towards your creation point, okay? And we can have a very intimate connection with our home star inside of these bodies. And that's what I teach. That's all my teachings point you towards your return path home. And it's a very personal journey. I only point you through words, through suggestions, through various yogic exercises in the direction of you, deeper into you, the soul you, and that direct access, that it's a very Gnostic way of learning. It's very experiential, that your journey with union with your creator, with the great mystery, with the source of life, with God, however you want to point words towards that vast energy that is the fuel that makes life continue and multiply. However you want to perceive that is what this heart of compassion, this throne of the Queen, is speaking to. When you come into that heart center, you then align with your true north, okay? And that's what this kind of like time out, this like perspective, whatever you're kind of grappling with internally, it's all for us. It's all here to support us to align, no matter what it is and no matter what side of anything you're on. We're all on this soul journey, evolutionary, leaping trajectory right now. And we have the Five of Swords, so there's gonna be some changes, there's gonna be change, and it's gonna require kind of letting go of old identities, right? Letting go of and allowing for that spaciousness to be a void that doesn't even need to be filled or feared. A lot of times people stunt their evolutionary process because they're scared of being alone or like experiencing the void in some way. But let me tell you, the void is the darkness. And that darkness is where the fertility of life is, right? Like in the winter here, in the northern hemisphere, up in these we're in the 44th degree, I think, up here where I am, latitude. And so, things go dark, and like the earth goes dark, and that fertility in the soil, it looks like nothing's happening, but that is where all the seeds and all the bulbs and all the insects and all the larvae. I mean, this year, the 17-year cicada is gonna come out after 17 years being burrowed in the ground. Like, the darkness is where the fertility of life is held. There's no need to be scared of the void, because that is where your new life is birthed. That's where life springs from. That is the mother energy. It's the space between all the things that connects everything. So when we're scared of the void, we're almost not trusting the great mother of creation, right? So we want to really be awake to embrace these initiations that are required of us to vibrationally advance to another octave. You must go through that tomb, the story of the Yeshua and the resurrection, it's the crucifixion, and then he's in the tomb for 3 days and 3 nights. It's going into that deep inner chamber of oneself, and going into that darkness, and invoking the light to completely align with God's source of creation, and for that to truly be what's turning on and igniting through you. And that the whole operating system of the whole body, mind, heart, soul complex is turned on like a light switch to that operating system. And then it's a whole nother trajectory. Everything is in service of that trajectory and that pathway. It's a very powerful thing. So there's a lot of change and transition when we truly come into the heart of love. It's like fear can't serve two masters. When you serve love, that's all that can be housed in that space. If you're serving fear, then that's what dominates the moment. That's what dominates the sphere, right? So there's change afoot this weekend, and it's beautiful. A lot of cards just popped out, but the Starseed wanted to say hi after that 5 of Swords energy. Okay, and then, yes, then there is exactly that, the initiation, the 4 of Wands, into the awakening, into that rising, that arising, that liberation of oneself from those shackles and chains of fear that keep humanity stuck into the entombment of the encasement, the rigidity of that shell of the lower self, because it's protecting and wanting to survive, and very much in that, just survival, fight, flight, freeze mode. So that 5 of Swords is like, okay, surrendering, letting it go, being initiated, allowing the change to change you. The 4 of Wands is the initiation tent, or the initiation temple, and it brings forth the greatest awakening you've had yet. It's for you now, and this meditation course is going to support you in that process. So sign up if you're getting this video and if it resonates with you. And I love this card too. You're a creator, not a consumer. So even, these words, anybody's words, everybody's words, you know, these words are just to point you into your creative spark of life, to your inner truth and your inner knowing. Of course, not everything I say is going to resonate with you or with everybody. But if there's like a thing that I do say that like ignites the spark of creativity within you, that then you know, take that little piece of inspiration and make it your own, and run with it and create with it, right? And that's what's constantly happening in this realm, you know, when we like turn on and we're just sharing, right? It inspires growth in the community, and that's what I've received the multitudes of the gifts from other creators to spark the inspiration inside of me to then create, you know, from my inner intelligence to bring it to you to, you know, activate, you know, your inner intelligence. It's just like all this pollination happening and growth acceleration. So please join me for the 21-day Accelerator series. It starts on Monday, April 5th. And yeah, the sign-up link will be in the description box below. I wish you a wonderful, blessed weekend. And from my heart to yours, may the love and compassion within each of our hearts grow in capacity, and know that we're building this incredible, vast network of hearts uniting all over this planet, and be a part of that energy frequency that's taking this realm to a higher vibratory level. We really are required now to bump up, to elevate, to ascend levels of consciousness. Okay, so let's be that change and be the love and be the light. So much love to you.